presentation on our novel book after this shot drops. Okay, first slide. So the themes I have here are friendship, loyalty, and privilege. Okay, let's go next one. Theme statement. So in the beginning of the book, we see that Nazir is feeling betrayed by Bunny's decision to leave Whitman and go to St. Sebastian's, which is the more privileged school, because Bunny got a scholarship to play there. Again, St. Sebastian's is more privileged and also is like a rival school to Whitman, the more poorer school, leading Nazir to feel betrayed by Bunny's decision, and leading Nazir to get closer to Wallace, who is Nazir's cousin. Yeah, creating the whole, Okay, next setting. So the setting is, it takes place at Whitman and St. Sebastian's, two rival schools. Bunny originally went to Whitman's, but then he was really good at basketball, so he got an opportunity to get a scholarship to play at St. Sebastian's. Even though his family is poor, he still got the opportunity to go to a more privileged school and, play basketball for their team. But he had to leave Whitman, his friends, old teammates, all that jazz. The plot. Okay, Jesus Christ. So basically, we see that the privileged school that Bunny is going to is a more rival school, and it is a better school, but Nazir is feeling betrayed again because Bunny did not tell him about his decision to go to St. Sebastian's and stuff, and he felt like he was left behind. There was no loyalty, and felt like that Bunny did not care about him, leading to again him distancing himself from his former best friend and getting closer to Wallace, his cousin. Here's a quote from chapter 2, page 8. I realize I'm clenching my jaw, tensing my shoulders, so I take a deep breath, try to let it out real slow and even. Bunny doesn't care about me anymore, so why should I care about him? Here we can see that in the early stages of the book, Nazir was feeling like Bunny didn't care about him because he switched schools, but in reality, it was just so Bunny could have a better opportunity for his family, who was again on the poorer side. Okay. Character. Okay. In the book, we learn that the reason Bunny is left his school was because he had a great opportunity again to play at Whitman's, because he was really good at basketball, practiced really hard and stuff. So yeah, he had a better opportunity for his family to go to St. Sebastian. Yeah, and it was a life-changing opportunity for him and his family again, even though it was something so small and simple. Because of the privilege that Bunny had at that school, it could have led to better things for him and his family, whereas at Whitman he wouldn't have had the opportunities to go pro or something like that. So yeah. Conflict. So the conflict in the beginning of the book, again, when Nazir is talking about how, Bunny left, yada, 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 and he stopped talking to Bunny for going to St. Sebastian's. Nazir felt betrayed about his decision to leave schools, and ended up, when he spoke to Bunny, it was in a passive-aggressive tone and stuff, and he would avoid Bunny. He didn't want anything to do with him. Oh, was going great because of the betrayal that he felt. Here's another quote. My main man, Nazir, straight up stopped talking to me, but Gabe was cool about it. I was shooting around the courts one day shortly after the announcement, and some guys started getting in my face about it. Gabe came in, calmed them down, and sent them on their way. This quote shows that it wasn't just Nazir who was feeling betrayed. It was also like Whitman as like a whole, because Bunny was a really good player, and to lose him, it felt like a betrayal not to just Nazir but to like the school itself. However, Gabe himself, who was like a sports player, he understood what it was like to get a better opportunity like that, and how much it would mean to get that said opportunity and stuff. Yeah, and the whole like betrayal thing and friendship thing, it like all led to the events of like, Nazir finding out and trying to help Wallace about his family situation. So yeah, kind of like Bunny leaving kind of kickstarted the whole thing. So yeah, that's my presentation.